Welcome to Beauty and the Burj. In today's sleepover, we have a fabulous guest. She is the founder of Flash Facial, the first of its kind in Dubai, where they offer 15 to 30-minute facials. I've been to this place, folks. It is amazing. Laura Krajewski, welcome to the show.
Shireen, thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Me too. I have so much that I want to ask you.
Perfect.
But before anything, let's do a little bit of an icebreaker, shall we?
Love it.
All right. Let me pick up my handy dandy little cue card over here.
I wish I had those too.
Right? Be like, matchy matchy.
Have all my answers. Yeah.
All righty. So this one is a bit of a mix between a rapid fire and a this or that.
Okay.
First, skincare in the morning or at night?
You need to protect yourself. So are you asking like in terms of importance?
What's your preferred timing for applying your skincare? Morning or night?
Oh,
for Laura?
you have to do both. But I think making sure I have SPF on, non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. Okay. Serum or moisturizer if you had to choose?
I do a hydrating serum.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Face masks or exfoliation?
Exfoliation.
Tell us a bit more. Why?
You've got to get the dead skin cells off your skin if you want anything to penetrate. It's a big reason Flash is like seeing the success it is because we want to make that consistency easy. And with our Hydra Peel, we can help get that dead skin cell like layer off your face. So then those serums penetrate better, all of your retinols, retinoids, that all actually gets absorbed into your skin instead of just sitting on the surface.
So the people that actually apply the face mask without any sort of exfoliation prior, do you think that's a bit useless?
No, I just think you need to be exfoliating at least 2-3 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best, you think? A chemical exfoliator for you or any other format?
I like doing a physical exfoliation because I like the Hydra Peel, and that gives me like the smoothest soft layer, but it varies person to person, very much so. Yeah.
That's true. Because for myself, for example, I feel like I only feel exfoliated if, and don't hate me for this as a skincare queen, the apricot scrub. Like that is, I feel like the only time I feel like, yes, it is all out.
Like you feel like it's really doing the job.
Like when
I
it's
get it.
really the
Yeah.
sandy texture, I'm like, yes, get it all out.
Get it off. Yeah.
That is the only time. Okay. Natural glow or full glam?
Oh, that's hard. I do love a full glam.
I love that.
I
See,
love
I would have
them.
expected you to say natural
Yeah.
glow.
No, I love like you'll see me with like nothing on like 99.9% of the time. But when you're glammed up as a girl, like give me a break.
It's different.
It's different.
We're a new person.
Yeah.
Okay. K-beauty or luxury skincare products?
K-beauty. I'm all about value with skincare. I think there's a lot that's just marketing that women, men, everyone needs to understand in terms of like what it actually delivers for you. And I think K-beauty is just, they're setting the trends for what that is, which is why at Flash we use all Korean products. And it's very intentional because they're at the forefront, but then they're also absolutely like perfecting what they're doing along the way. K-beauty 100%.
100%. Okay. What about a spa day in or beauty tech treatments going elsewhere?
Ooh. Like take me to Korea, give me every crazy state-of-the-art treatment, and then let's go to like K-barbecue.
That's like the best combo
Isn't
ever.
that? Yeah.
Make
Sorry,
your
I made a
bulgogi
third,
right
but
after.
Yeah.
Wow. I need to plan for a Korea trip.
Yeah,
really
let's make a
quick, really
Korea trip.
soon.
I think that would be nice.
Right? Okay. And finally, getting inspo on your skincare from beauty influencers or looking to the scientists, the skincare specialists for this inspo?
Look to the experts. Like there are so many people, and it's good and bad, but they're being paid to hawk products. And I think the biggest myth with skincare is that more is more. Like keep it simple, keep it consistent, and then you're going to see results. But that's not very sexy.
No.
That's not so fun to like talk about and put on social media. But the more simple and the more consistent you are, the better.
That's true. Simplicity is key.
It's key.
Thank you for playing.
So fun.
I love it. Now let's get into getting to know Laura before Flash Facial. Tell me about where you lived before Dubai. What were you doing before that? What was life like before Flash Facial?
Yeah. So I grew up in the US in the Midwest, which is it's the middle of the country. Like, it's not glitzy, glammy. It's very, when I explain how I grew up, I say it's like what you saw in the movies. Like, I'm one of 6 kids. We're a very close family. I feel so lucky that we're all still very close as adults, but it's just very genuine, wholesome, like salt of the earth people. That's how I grew up, and I feel so grateful for that.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it was like a great childhood, very like no frills, but just made me like a very grounded, I think, wholesome, like grateful person. And that still like rings very true. I've never lost that. And then from there, you know, went to school, ended up moving to New York, lived in New York with my now husband for a few years. And that opened my eyes to the possibilities of like, wow, you can really like do whatever you want. Like, this is crazy. I was coming from a place that, you know, people weren't owning their own businesses and things. It was just, you know, you are, it was a small town, you know, and that's what I was exposed to. And then I went to New York, and my university started that journey in terms of like exposure. But then I'm in New York City, and I'm like, you can achieve anything. There's so much energy here. There's so much happening. And then my husband got an opportunity for us to move to Singapore, and it was the same thing. Like, it was a big leap. And it wasn't a soft landing. Like, I had no job. I was super lonely. But people, you know, you're making that big jump, and people are like, it must be amazing. You're in paradise. And I'm like, this is awful. I'm so lonely. And I was. And then I was like, okay, it's up to me to start to just like take action. What do I like? What am I interested in? In the background, I'm applying for hundreds of jobs. I think I still get job rejections to this day from that period of like my life. But so I was just, okay, I'm in Asia. Like, I'm interested in skincare. I love fitness. So I'm like, let's just start going places. And I didn't have a lot of money because I didn't have a job. So I'm just trying anything and everything. You know, I'm doing like start microneedling. This is interesting. Different facials, going to a lot of different workout classes and things. And I'm like, there's something to this. Like, I feel better about myself. This is like a step in the right direction for me.
Right.
Fast forward a bit, you know, I'm working now. I'm at a sales job, software sales. And again, like I enjoyed the experience. I was very good at it. I'm an organized person. I enjoy solving problems for people. And then my time got much more limited. So I had this exchange kind of where now I had some money, but I had no time. And that's where I started to kind of feel this crunch where I'm like, okay, I make very decent money for 20-something. And I feel so guilty, like going to get a facial that's going to cost me 500 USD, right? And I'm like, this is wrong. Like there's just something wrong here. And then we would travel in Southeast Asia, and I would go to Thailand or Bali very affordably, and I would spend $10 on a very similar treatment.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm like, something's got to give. Like, why am the rent isn't that exponentially more.
There's an inequality taking place here.
There is something wrong, right? And I'm like, there's just got to be a middle ground. And that's when my wheels really started turning, where I'm like, I'm not the only woman who's experiencing this. There's no way. And that's like was the first brick of Flash, to be honest, where I, you know, still working my corporate job, but I started the business plan of like, there has to be something affordable and accessible. Those were like the two cornerstones for me, where I'm like, I want to be able to do this every week. This shouldn't be something that I'm like saving up for, and then all of a sudden, you know, once every 3-4 months, I'm like, yes, I can go get my $500, $600 facial. Like, that felt wrong to me because I like taking care of myself, and that doesn't feel like it should be such a luxury.
It
right?
shouldn't be limited to just people with a certain income bracket to be able to take care of themselves.
Yeah. So that was very important to me. So I'm like, okay, I need to start researching like what machines are really useful for people and what is non-invasive. I don't want to be, you know, nothing with like injectables, nothing like that. I just want to make people feel good and taken care of. So that, you know, led me down this path. And then we knew that something like Flash would do very well in an environment where people are indoors by choice, right? So in Dubai, we have the heat, but then we also have all of our entertainment is kind of indoors, with the exception of the winter where we want to be outside. Right. So malls, like we want to be in malls. I know that this is a foot traffic business. I want to get people as they're doing their shop, they're going to the gym, stop by, go home, do what you need to do. Women have no time. It's just a fact, right? Like you have no time. In the maybe hour you find that you have, you're like, how would I have known to make my facial appointment for this time? Like you don't know because things change and then you add kids into the mix. It's like a whole other ballgame. So I knew that I wanted something that you could just walk in and that you could be super consistent with. And that's kind of how Flash was born. And then we knew, okay, my husband had some family ties in Dubai. We knew that this would be a great place where we think it would catch on.
Yeah.
And we made the move 4 months later. We were like, this is where we want to open the business. How can we make this happen? Okay. And then 4 months later, we moved from Singapore, after 7 years in Singapore, moved to Dubai.
I was going to ask, at which point when you were in Singapore, so would you say this was what, like 2-3 years ago? That the idea for Flash Facial really came upon? Or has this
5
been
years
around
ago.
for, wow.
This is like... it's like brick by brick, you know? And I think people are like, wow, you started this a year ago or 6 months. No. This is like 5-6 years in the making. You know, this isn't just an overnight thing. We really like the business planning, understanding everything from like, what machines are we using? What products are we using? How am I going to train people? Like, what's the protocol of every facial? What are people's skin concerns? Like, I'm not a dermatologist. I'll never claim to be a dermatologist. My background is software. You know? So I really needed to be a student first and was very intentional about that. But this is like 5-6 years in the making.
I love that you took your time with it because then,
Yeah.
you know, that's, I think, and that's why I think you resonate so well with people on social media. Nobody can deny the social media game is on point.
We're just honest. I think I've always
People
really
love
challenged
that.
myself to be really honest with people because I'm asking them to trust me to touch their face.
Yes.
Like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I'm like, I've stripped it down. Like you'll never get like pomp and circumstance from me. No. Like
And I love seeing the process, you know, the failures that you come across, how you overcome that. But how has that been for you so far? Now that you've managed to open up, a couple of months in,
yeah.
right?
So
How does that feel for you to finally see your baby come to life?
it's a fantastic thing, especially coming from a world where what I was selling wasn't tangible, right? Like I was selling software, which is like, whatever, it's boring to me now. But I get to like go into a place that makes women feel so taken care of and feel so confident in themselves. Like, what a gift.
Yeah.
Like that is the biggest gift of my life, truly. And now my job is to just stay hyper focused on her.
Yeah.
So wherever she exists, we exist. So, you know, we just signed for our second location, which is really exciting.
Mabruk,
And
mabruk,
thank you so
congrats.
much. And now the focus is just expansion so we can get in front of as many women as possible.
To the people who might not know about Flash Facial, could
Yeah.
you give us a little bit of an explanation to what you guys do?
Absolutely. So Flash Facial offers 15 and 30-minute facial treatments. It's a version of hydrofacial and face massage. The girls are trained in Kobido, which is a Japanese-style lymphatic drainage massage, but it is custom to Flash. So you won't get it anywhere else, and you can walk in anytime. You don't need an appointment. You can be in and out in 15 minutes. So we, again, really are just hammering like consistency, convenience, and affordability, because that 15-minute option is 149 dirhams. The 30-minute option is 289. So again, like we want to make it as easy as possible for people to be super consistent and to just stop in when they have time.
I don't know the research. So say I wanted to start doing regular facials.
Yeah.
How many times a month can I do it, for example?
So for us, because it's a non-invasive treatment, depending on your skin type, you could come every 1 to 2 weeks. Because again, like we were talking about the exfoliation.
Right.
What we're going to help you do is like get those dead skin cells off, get the excess sebum out, and just give you like a fresh face, like truly a fresh face. So then you can go through your week and you're going to start to see those results sustain the more consistent you are.
And I feel like you learn a lot about it, about the process too, right? Like while you may not
So
obviously
much.
be able to take the amazing machine with you back home, but the process, they really show you and they guide you. And the
Yes.
lovely ladies, like when I had Sanju doing my face, she was really explaining all the products, what it does. And so you walk away with even knowledge that you can carry back home and if you wanted to help yourself with that.
So part of our training for the facialist is before every single facial, they ask our customers, do you want a quiet experience or do you want me to explain to you what I'm doing? Because as a consumer, sometimes you want one or the other.
True. It's
So
true.
we've noticed that people love that, but they really love learning,
Yes.
which I'm the same. I'm like a forever student. So it's nice that we can give people the option to, if you're curious about what is being done, you can be explained to by an expert. They're literally skincare experts.
Yeah.
Exactly step by step what's happening.
So now that you have been in business, what are some of the positive and negative comments that you've gotten? And if for any of the negative ones, tell me what you want to tell me about or against those. Let's argue back.
It's so overwhelmingly positive. And it really is like, you've given me confidence in my skin, or your girls make me feel so safe and you make me feel like taken care of. And that just like warms my heart. Like I feel like emotional about that.
It has impact.
Yeah. And that's
That
a
goes
beautiful
skin
thing.
deep. Take your time.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Wow.
I love it.
Sorry,
love it.
but that part's really important to me.
It is. I understand. If you've been doing something that you may not have felt connected to for the longest time, when you're finally able to do something that impacts and touches people in a way where they can go home and not just feel good about themselves, but feel so taken care of, because
Yeah.
as women, we do so much all the time that something as simple as skincare is, really a luxury to some, and you've made it accessible now for
Yeah.
everyone. And that is something to be proud of. I
Thank
think.
you. And it's it's giving people a space to have that. And I think women need to be taken care of because we give so much to our communities, to our families, to work, where you can come in and we'll take care of you. So hearing that is like, I'll do this till I die.
Yeah.
Some not so great feedback. And some of it's our own fault. Like I'll always be very
Okay.
honest about that. We thought we'd be able to accept men a lot sooner than we can. And that's just, there's a lot of layers to that I didn't understand. And it was naive of me, like point blank. And we're still working on it. And it's going to change location to location just because, when we're in different emirates, rules are different and we're learning the best we can. We have people helping us, consulting for us. So sorry to all my guys.
Sui is one
We're
of the sad
working on
ones.
it. I'm so sorry. But yeah, we're working on it. We really are, because it's for everyone. It's for men and women.
Yeah.
My husband's my co-founder. So we're really working hard on that. And 100% will take like full responsibility, take blame for that. The other one is, I think sometimes people are looking for a full like spa day, right? Like they want like an hour and a half facial. That's not what Flash is. Like we're your maintenance. We are taking care of you. You aren't coming to us to hang out for 2 hours.
Right.
Just
right.
that's not what you're going to get from us. You are there for your like 15, 30-minute quick fix. We're going to get you ready for your weekend. We're going to maintain the results of your like fancy facial, and we're going to give you a place where you can be like hyper consistent. So I think those are probably the two biggest points. But I think like all feedback is a gift. So I'll take it.
Right? Because, nobody can say anything about the price point. This is 149 dirhams. I think if you look at the market in Dubai at the moment, it's pretty amazing. Your location is also beautiful. And when you walk in, it really is such a safe space. So what more can you ask for? Plus, no appointments.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you're paying for all
we're
that.
trying to make it. Yeah, we're trying to make it as easy for people as possible.
I want to say we did the shoot for Flash Facial with our videographer Sui, and he was like, "Oh man, I can't do it."
I know.
So I feel like he's
Don't
the
worry,
first in line.
You'll be first in line. Yeah, you and my husband will be first in line when we
Because it'd
can
be so
accept
cute,
men.
right? For couples to come in, and you also, not a lot of men also take care of their skin. And I feel like if you're a girlfriend, if you're a partner,
I
a
know.
wife, you're like,
Exactly. And that's it. It's heartbreaking to turn away couples or guys that come and they're like, I've seen this and I will dedicate 15 minutes to my skin, but not much more. And we're like, oh, but we get their numbers, we get their contact information. So when the time comes, they'll be ready to go.
we look forward to it. Laura, did you have any insecurities that you had to overcome? And how did that help kind of guide your love for self-care or skincare in general?
So I'm not afraid to fail. Like I've had small businesses that I've tried here and there that haven't worked out. What I've had to get over is I think actually just embarrassment. And that's I think the root of most people's fear of trying is just feeling embarrassed. And now that I have a little bit of momentum, I feel so silly that I ever felt embarrassed by something. Because if you're trying, like, I think there's so many people, especially in Dubai, there's this beautiful energy. It's electric. Like, this city is electric, and it gives you so much. So if you can take that and then spin it into a content creator job, a business, an online business, like, you can do that here. And I think for anyone who's trying that, really work on, like, even if it's like rejection therapy, but you need to get rid of the embarrassment factor because number one, no one's thinking about you. Like, what did you post on your story yesterday? Like, I don't know. You probably don't know. You know what it's like we all think others are thinking about us way more than they are. So it's like you just need to start the action and then it really does start to like kind of go by the wayside. But it's a practice like every single day. You know, I'm reminding myself and exposing myself to situations that maybe aren't the most comfortable to remind myself like, nothing's going to happen. You're okay, you know?
Like you said, it's like rejection therapy and also exposure therapy.
Yes.
The more you expose yourself to something, the less in your mind it becomes and the more second nature.
We dressed up in inflatable Santa and Frosty costumes on Kite Beach and handed away free sheet masks and facial gift cards.
Iconic, must I say. Carmen and you, a dynamic duo if I've ever seen.
Dynamic duo. My right arm. I mean, truly. But go to Kite Beach in a costume and get some rejection therapy. If you're feeling embarrassed, go do that and you're going to be like, I can do anything.
I love that you guys have fun with the marketing of Flash Facial.
You have to have fun.
When you were coming up with Flash Facial, was that important for you? Like, did you know, okay, I need somebody to help me with the social media. I need to also put myself out there and I want to do the storytelling. And what do you think may have inspired that?
You know, so again, I truly believe like there are silver linings to everything that you might perceive as a setback. And our Dubai Hills location was supposed to be open in February. We did not open until September. So we were delayed for 7 months. And during that time, I felt a great responsibility to let people know why. Because I don't think it's fair for a brand to say, like, trust me, you're going to love this, and then just, like, disappear. Like, that would be so irresponsible. So it was kind of me just fumbling into being really honest about what was going on because I always put myself in the shoes of the consumer, which is like, okay, you're telling me this new thing's coming, 15-minute facials, okay, never been done before, but now you're like, wait till next month. I promise it's going to be next month. And I was killing myself. But I'm like, you know what? I just have to be honest about this. Right. This is what's going on behind the scenes. This isn't some, grand marketing scheme where actually we're supposed to be opening in September. No. Like, we are taking you along every single mishap that has happened. And I knew I couldn't do that alone. So quickly, I went on Instagram threads, literally on threads, and was like, I need someone who can help me. Carmen, our fabulous head of marketing, messaged me a few weeks later and was like, hey, I'd be interested in this if you're still looking for someone. We met in JLT, actually.
Oh, wow.
I had an iced tea and I was like, you are so honest and I already can feel your energy. I can trust you. So let's do this.
So immediately, you didn't even have a hard time really with the social media. Thank God it all fell into place.
It all fell into place. And it was just forward momentum. Like, I was starting to just put videos out there and I'm like, no one can do this work but me. And I think that's like the mistake a lot of people think. No one can do the work but for you. And I was like, okay, I need to own this, but I need another perspective. I need one other person who can just give me some other feedback, give me her perspective, another insight. What else is she seeing that I'm not seeing?
Right. And
then it just started to like kind of snowball from there.
I love it because while women can do a lot of things alone, it also does help to have a second brain sometimes that can really bring in that fresh perspective. What do you think is the advice that you would give anyone watching you right now that's like, ooh, I want to start something, even if I have no background in it per se, much like yours
myself.
was, and they have interest in it, they want to research it. But what are like the top 3 things that they should consider if they're starting a business here in Dubai
Okay.
to avoid any drama as much as you can?
Number 1, like zoom in. This is the biggest one. Do not quit your day job. Businesses are expensive. And if you can remove the financial pressure that investment takes by maintaining a job, do that. Because you make much better decisions when you are financially sound. It's just that's a fact, right? So do not quit your day job. I'll like shout that from the rooftops. I kept my job as long as I possibly could, very intentionally. And then my husband and I had saved for us to be able to like then have me jump in full force into Flash. But I kept my corporate job until April of last year. So like for a very long time, again, very intentionally. The second piece would be you need to start. So like, you know, I get messages from very well-intentioned people and they're like, how did you start posting videos? You just start. Like it's very easy to be a forever student and say, I want to take this course, or I want to do this ebook, or I want to watch this YouTube. Just start. Just start.
Doesn't matter.
And you're
Just do
going,
it.
You have to start putting something out there because no one's going to do the work for you and you're never going to get better if you're not putting in reps. Like I look back at videos from a year ago and I like laugh or cringe at myself. But guess what? That was a stepping stone. And I even from a few weeks ago, but I'm constantly getting better because I'm doing the work and I'm putting in the time and the effort to try things, what's working, what's not working. And people just need to start. And we're at like the very beginning of our journey. We're nowhere near a success story by any stretch, but we've started and it's resonating with people, which is exciting, right?
And I think people are so used to instant gratification that they don't realize the work that happens really behind that. You didn't just put a phone up yesterday and you're like, hey guys, come to Flash Facial. You have, like you said, been doing this. It's a work in process.
Absolutely.
So that does really make sense to learn now.
I think the instant gratification, you're spot on. And then people thinking like virality will change their lives. Like it's genuinely just putting in the steps every single day. When there's no fun lights on you, you're not talking to a girlfriend you really respect and admire. No, it's literally you're waking up and you're telling yourself, I'm just going to make forward motion today. I'm going to do something that's going to get me a step closer. Maybe you don't even know what that step closer is to, but if you're doing the work, you're going to find it eventually. And then the third thing is like, I think this city is amazing and there's so much energy and there's also a lot of distraction. So I think if you can get really focused on something and stay focused, you're going to like catch a few lucky breaks along the way. So I think for people just getting focused on something can be hard. Yeah. So if you can find something and stay focused on it and stick with it, like success will find you.
What are some of the distractions that you think people might run into?
I mean, open your eyes. You're in Dubai, right? I mean, fortunately, I'm a homebody. Like, I really enjoy Carmen, myself. Like, we can just be at my house watching TLC, 90 Day Fiancé. Like, I'm good. But there's so much here that you can get distracted by, whether it's someone who already has the success that you want and jealousy pulling you in a direction that maybe isn't for you, or spending money you don't have, which I think you hear about a lot in Dubai, or just really filling the few hours that you have on a weekend if you have a corporate job with wasting money in places like, whatever, beach clubs, you know the list, right?
Yeah,
It's fancy
I write the
brunches.
list.
Yeah, right?
I help you distract yourself in the media.
So it's all about balance in that sense.
I think having an almost obsession about something is always really the thing to really help you focus, right? That's the easiest thing. And maybe
without a doubt.
I assume you've, in the process of starting Flash Facial and even from when you were thinking it up, developed an obsession where I was like, oh wait, this can work. Why doesn't this exist? I need to see this through.
My obsession is with giving women convenience. Like truly, like I know Flash will not be my last business because I'm so driven by serving women, like genuinely. I have 3 sisters. I have a mom who all work like insane jobs and give to their families and give to their communities. My girlfriends are the same way, and they deserve to be taken care of, you know? And I'm so driven by that. But there's sacrifice on the other side of that. And I don't think people like to acknowledge that piece. But like, I've missed a lot of birthdays. I've missed a lot of weddings. I've missed anniversaries. Like, that's the reality of what you have to be willing to do on the other side. So it's not for everyone. I think it's for a lot more people than they think, but there's sacrifice that goes into it.
I hear also a lot about entrepreneurs and the epidemic that, with it comes loneliness, because like you said, you're a little bit isolated. You're not doing what the rest of the people are doing, because you know that whatever time you have, some of it has to be categorized and put into the different facets of operations and whatever else is needed. What does that feel like for you, like that loneliness, and how do you maybe help yourself overcome that, if any?
I like myself.
As you should, queen. As you should.
And I hope you do too.
I love it.
I enjoy my own company. And I think any entrepreneur or a person who is trying to build something needs to enjoy their own company, because you are going to spend a lot of time by yourself. And then when you are around your peers or even your spouse, you're doing work that's very foreign to them. And that's okay. But it's going to pull from you in a different way, where you're like, I have to be so self-assured that the decision I'm making is the right decision. And if it's not, I at least made a decision and I can continue to move forward. So I think I've worked on enjoying my own company, which is very important, and having the confidence to feel okay being alone. But it's a practice, and I think people need to practice that. I think for women especially, like we enjoy like being around other women. We enjoy being in groups and around other people. We talk about it when our customers come to Flash. Like, we want you to be able to come to Flash by yourself as a woman and feel that you're in like a really safe, secure environment. So I think I've gravitated to build a space that creates that. But yeah, I think I create that for myself too.
Amazing. You lived in Singapore before Dubai. Are there any similarities for both places that you notice, or differences?
They both have their own like unique flavor, I would say. For Dubai, you cannot beat like the entrepreneurial energy here. Like, I keep saying energy, but there's really an electricity to this city that you can't deny. Like, time doesn't exist here. Like, I could walk outside, you tell me it's 8 o'clock, I'd say, okay. Like your days are like that. And that's an incredible thing to be building something in, this kind of environment. Singapore has so much beauty in the sense that like it's an extremely structured place. So if you really want to like I said, I felt like a student there, right? And it's a beautifully structured place. You can get around very easily. You're going to meet very, very high caliber people, because it's very difficult to get a visa to stay and live in Singapore. Right. So we were surrounded by people who were at like the top of their game. And that's really fun to be around as well. But nothing beats the energy of Dubai. I'll give it to Dubai. In that sense.
I feel like it was all also a stepping stone. I feel
Absolutely.
like everything with Flash Facial just aligns so perfectly. From moving out of the hometown you grew up in, New York. Like, everything was a stepping stone to take you to where you are now in terms of your confidence.
Definitely.
And just the mindset that you have.
Yeah, and it's like everything is like this, right? But I constantly remind myself that, number one, it's a long life, and like there's many a failure along that road, right? That we don't have time to like dig into, but I always knew it was leading towards something else. And I think now that I know what that thing is, it's Flash. Like, and again, we talk about this a lot. We just want to stay hyper focused on what brings value to her, meaning our customer. And if what we're talking about doesn't, then we don't do it. And that's like that kind of focus, I think, has kind of like led us along this route. But I always knew I'd be serving women in some way.
I don't want to overwhelm you, because I feel like you're looking into the other 2 branches of Flash Facial, but I'm so excited to what else you could be coming up with for women. Because if this was something that you just solved a problem that we've always had from like ages ago from like all the little girls growing up that always wanted like quick, like harmless facials, affordable, no appointments. I wonder what else you could have in store. Do you have any ideas right now that you could hint at perhaps?
It's serving women in the sense of like convenience and time
In the beauty
in the
industry?
beauty industry. So we can, yeah. So there's
Is there a timeline for the future
the focus
prospects?
is Flash for now.
Okay.
So I think the next 3 to 5 years, that's what you'll be hearing from us. But when that time comes, we already know what will be next, which feels very exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for this. What is your personal skincare routine like? I think a lot of people would be interested to know that since you own Flash Facial.
People are going to be so disappointed. It's so boring,
Oh my
to be honest.
Tell
But
me.
I get a weekly facial from Flash,
Okay.
a cleansing facial, like get all the gunk off. And I also get a face massage there.
Okay.
So I get TMJ. So it releases the TMJ in my jaw, which is like life-changing. For anyone who struggles or clenches their jaw, try the face massage. So I usually do that like Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
And then every morning, very simple, I use a vitamin C, but in a toner, like a moisturizing vitamin C toner. And I do not wash my face when I wake up. Don't wash my face.
You want to keep all of the
Everything
oil,
I've like
natural
worked
oils.
overnight. Yeah. So I don't wash my face, nothing. I do the toner and then I do a vitamin C serum. What I'm using is 16%. Check out different percentages because some people are sensitive. You want to go lower. Some people want something stronger. I'm at 16%. And then a moisturizer. Right now I'm using the Beauty of Joseon Dynasty Cream. I really like
Love
it.
Beauty
It's
of Joseon.
amazing. And then an SPF.
Simple.
Simple.
But I think that combined with the weekly facials is really the magic trick
it's
here.
magic. And then at nighttime, again, very simple. I use a micellar water to get my makeup off. Even if I don't wear a lot of makeup, if I have sunscreen and everything on, I use a micellar water. I wash my face with a foaming cleanser. And then I do it's another, what is it? It's Beauty of Joseon. They're like milky toner.
Okay.
I spray that. And then I do some tretinoin, which is an amazing, you can get it over the counter here. It's an amazing retinol. So I use that 4 times a week, 5 times a week. And then just a moisturizer, a little bit thicker of a moisturizer. Easy, simple.
It's easy, but I feel like I need to work on mine now because I'm like, I only
you have
so much
great
as spritz
skin.
rose water in the morning.
You know why? I thought you were talking about the spritz because I put it in a different bottle.
Do you?
I put it in a spray bottle for myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like I feel like there's so many more like the tretinoin. I've been hearing about her. I know she's a must for the girlies
She
30
is
and
a-
above.
yeah.
And I know I need to get on that. I just kind of worry. I feel like it could come with adverse reactions to your skin, and then I
Yeah.
don't know how patient I'll be to wait until it.
That's the
evens
thing.
out.
The thing with skincare that I think social media can be such a lie is that it's like instant gratification.
Right.
You have to give something time to work, and it's not for everybody. Like different products work for different people. But yeah, maybe.
But did you need adjusting when you first started with retinols? Like
Not
did it
with
need-
retinols. That worked well for me. But I did go through, the virality. I think it was during COVID. It was like your 15-step skincare. I'm like, okay,
my
sure, let's try. And I broke out terribly. And I was like, what am I doing? I had decent skin. And then I put all of this foreign junk on my face. My skin had never experienced it before. And it was like my skin was reacting like, what are you doing to me? And I was like, okay, that was stupid.
Your skin
I
was like
fell
we
for
went
the
from
TikTok
0 to
trend.
100.
Literally, yes.
Oh my gosh.
So then
No, but
again, back to basics.
I like that. I like that combo. I feel like a weekly facial and then a bit of sunblock, rose
Yeah.
water for me or whoever's watching here. If you're confused on where to start, that might be a great place, right?
Absolutely.
If you have also never really worked on your skincare, get the facial first because then you'll see the process. And
They'll
then-
talk to you. They'll help you.
Yeah.
They're there to consult you, answer any questions that you have. They're truly skincare experts.
And what I like about Flash Facial is from all the other facials that I got before, I would always end up with a bit of a breakout after. I didn't really get that with you guys. Though I know that that's also normal and it does subside
Yes.
after a bit. I didn't get that, which is odd because I have sensitive skin. What do you think is the one skincare hack that people are sleeping on other than getting consistent facials?
Honestly, it's sunscreen every single day. Again, like zoom in, sunscreen every single day. If you're going outside at all, you have to be wearing sunscreen. And that is something I think, you're like, oh, well, I'm just going to my car. Like, just put the sunscreen on, mix it into your makeup routine, whatever you need to do. But it's like, it's so simple and basic and boring. But it's like, I think 80% of skin damage comes from the sun.
Yeah. Especially
Help yourself.
if we're
Just
all
help
around
yourself.
it. That's true.
Yeah.
What about it's a skincare hack, but it's not
Ooh.
exactly a product.
Okay. This is a really good hack. For anyone, my like smelly pit girls, if you get a stinky armpit,
So real.
glycolic acid. It's so simple. 7% glycolic acid. You can get it from Amazon, anywhere. Put it on a cotton pad. It's going to kill the bacteria in your pits.
Do you then apply the deodorant after, or is there no need for this now?
But I would do it before you go to bed. A little glycolic acid, and you're going to be like the freshest
a little
rose
refresh
in the garden.
every night.
Yeah.
Look at
Kill
that.
the bacteria.
Laura is giving us everything. One product you
Nothing
swear
sexy
by.
or fun, but useful.
It's real.
Useful. It's real.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I might start asking my other guests this now. So what's a little taboo hack that you think you could give us? What's the number one product that you swear by?
What's my number one product? Tret.
Yeah.
I'm a Tret queen. I've used tretinoin for like 6-7 years. And it really is, I think, like it's your best anti-aging friend. Yeah. So once you hit your like, I would say late 20s, early 30s, like talk to a dermatologist about tretinoin.
Is there not a time where it's too late to take it? Let's say you're like mid-30s, late 30s.
Not at all. But it's just going to help with the fine lines, the wrinkles, the collagen production in your skin, like all those things that we lose just as we age naturally. Like there's nothing we can do about it. So let's do what we can, right? Like you can't stop it.
That's true.
But tretinoin is going to help you at least, slow down the process.
Elevate and slow down the process. Okay, favorite beauty gadget?
Okay, I'm really obsessed with my Current Body LED red light mask right now.
Tell me more. I've seen a lot of people use that.
Okay, so they're expensive, which is why I waited a long time because I'm all about value. But then I did a lot of research. And if you are a person who can be consistent with it, you're going to start to see results. So for me, I'm all about like anti-aging. How can I kind of like freeze time? And it really, really helps with collagen production, fine lines, and wrinkles. So for me, I'm like, sold. That's what I need. So I just use it at night. Like I'll sit on the couch. My husband and I will watch a show and like it's 15 minutes, 10 minutes. It turns off by itself. Easy.
I love it because my roommate, when I was in Miss Universe, she's from Bangladesh. She had it like it was a routine for her every single night.
Yes.
And sometimes in the morning. So I would wake up to like a little red-faced alien in the corner, and I'm like, oh, what's happening? It's like 4 in the morning.
Like my dogs are so afraid of me when I have it on. Yeah, because you do look like a little alien.
Mommy's getting her skincare on, children.
I'm going to look like this forever. I promise.
I love it. So where can people find Laura? Where can people find Flash Facial?
Yeah.
What do, invite them to come and experience what you guys have to offer?
Stop by Flash Facial. We are in Dubai Hills Mall. Stop by anytime. You don't need an appointment. You can walk in anytime, and you can find me at Glow with Lo and at Flash Facial.
And she is the best if you want, entrepreneurial advice to just watch the journey in general. If you're in the beauty, skincare space, she is your girl.
Sharing it all.
I will wrap it up with my final question. Okay. This was the one I was, mustering up ever so seriously earlier. What is your Burj, the dream that you are still building? This doesn't have to be business related unless you want it to be.
So my Burj is an eventual acquisition because I know exactly the dollar value that I believe Flash Facial is worth. And I want it to be acquired for that amount and then take that and invest in other small businesses, mostly women-run businesses, and then start my next chapter, whatever the next business will be.
That's
for
so
myself.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You really are a by women for women.
Through and through.
I love it. And for our final segment, it is called the Mirror segment. We have the mirror over here, our little pearly shell clam situation. You pick up a piece of paper. It says either past, present, or future. And then you'll pick up the mirror and say one thing to that version of yourself.
Never met a mirror that I don't like. Okay. Do I tell you what it says?
Yes, please.
Future.
Ooh, okay. Let's hear what you have to
The
say.
future version of myself. Let's think. To future low, you look exactly like you looked in your 30s.
You know what? If we're gonna manifest, let's wild out. Why not? All right. I love that.
Yeah.
And that's
Taking
that.
care of myself. Yeah. I'm happy.
I love it. I am gonna come back to you in a few years and have you talk to this mirror again.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
And we're going to play it next to this clip.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so much fun.
Thank you. And I cannot wait to see what more Flash Facial ends up accomplishing, what you end up accomplishing, and to just be entertained by you guys' TikTok every single day.
You're the best.
Thank you so much.